So now we're going to move on to chapter 5, which is the second chapter of this section. And this one is called, let me get to it really quick, the best way to start a new habit. And so you might be wondering, OQ Talks, what is the best way to start a new habit? Well, me having read the book, I'll tell you what it is. So, James Clear explains that the two most common cues are time and location. And so, these two things are what makes you aware of doing a habit. And so the goal here is to implement a technique that correlates time and location with a new habit that you want to do. And so how can we do this? Well, I'll tell it to you guys through a story in the book. In 2001, researchers in Great Britain began working with 248 people to build better exercise habits over the course of 2 weeks. The subjects were divided into 3 groups. The first group was called the control group. They were simply asked to track how often they exercised. Now the second group was called the motivation group. They were asked not only to track their workouts, but also to read some material on the benefits of exercise. The researchers also explained to the group how exercise could reduce the risk of coronary heart disease and improve heart health. Finally, there was the third group. These subjects received the same presentation as the second group, which ensured that they had equal levels of motivation. However, they were also asked to formulate a plan for when and where they would exercise over the following week. Now, when and where, that is time and location, right? Specifically, each member of the third group completed the following sentence. During the next week, I will partake in at least 20 minutes of vigorous exercise on this day, at this time, in this place. Day and time is location. Day and time, that's time. And location is a location, right? So they set that up for them. What were the results of this experiment? Now, let me tell you guys that when I was reading this and I had to guess what the results were, I thought that the first group wouldn't really work out because they were just asked to do it, nothing else. And so people don't like to be told something that they don't want to do. Number 2, I thought they would do much better because they were given a motivational speech and they were given also the facts about the benefits of working out and the risks that not working out can have. And the third group, well, they were simply asked to put down a time and a location for when to do it. They were also given the motivational speech, so I thought 2 and 3 would do about the same. And I thought the second group would just find a time and a place to do it. I mean, they know their own schedule, right? They're adults, they can find their own time to do it. But what were the results of this experiment? Well, in the first and second groups, 35 to 38% of people exercised at least once per week. Interestingly, the motivational presentation given to the second group seemed to have no meaningful impact on behavior. But guess what? 91% of the third group exercised at least once per week, which is more than double the normal rate. So from this experiment, what does that tell us? It explains that having a time and a location for when to do a new habit doubles our chances of us doing the habit. And so I think we can all learn from that and learn to use this. For example, I want to start reading. Well, why not give yourself a time and a place for when to do it? After breakfast at 7:30 a.m., I will read for 20 minutes. If you have a time and a location for when to do it, that will double your chances.